If you know any Democrats, you'll know they're very concerned about racism. They think racism and people hating other people because of their race is the biggest problem going on in the country right now. And they're never afraid to remind us of it every single time they open their mouth. Here's Brandon Scott, mayor of the great city of Baltimore, telling us we don't deserve black people and especially black women. Yikes.
It is really on my heart this morning to say that as a man, but more importantly as a black man, that this country does not deserve black women or black people, but specifically black women.
Okay, so right there, Brandon Scott says we do not deserve black women. I mean, my first question is, do we deserve any of the races? I mean, do we deserve white men or white women or gay women? Do we deserve any of them? I don't think we deserve any race, or we don't want to deserve them. I didn't know it was something that, we had a choice in. I think black women are fine. I think is really fine. Ayanna Pressley, she's super fine. I love that sister. Put up Ayanna Pressley. No, that's a dude with a bald dude with a.
There has been such a target.
Oh, it is.
To be a black woman is to just walk in this dichotomy of being hyper visible, where you are surveyed, targeted, criminalized, while also hyper invisible, because our contributions are ignored and denied, if not relegated to a footnote, and our pain delegitimized. And that's the dichotomy that we're always walking with.
The dichotomy you're always walking with is being invisible and visible. Why don't you just switch it around and be invisible when when you're being hyper visible, and then be invisible when you're hyper, whatever. Ayanna Pressley is a bald head of joy. Looking super fine, Ayanna Pressley. Jamal Bowman is another guy who's just trying to come up with a way to be interesting. So he's just saying racism. He's the racism guy. Listen to this. This is a yikes.
Catholic
and the problem is we are not dealing with America's original sin and its disease of hate and racism towards black and brown people and sexism towards women and anti-LGBTQ sentiment. We are not dealing with that. Your colleagues in the Republican Party do not hold each other accountable when it comes to the racism that comes from the party on a consistent basis.
Okay, I think somebody needs to call up the mental health facilities and deport Jamal Bowman to whatever place you need to deport him to. Dude, what are you talking about, man? You were talking about race. You had me. I'm down for the struggle. I'm down for you guys, Jamal Bowman. Then you start talking about women's rights and gay rights and trans. I'm like, what does this have to do with the brothers? I'm not into this anymore. Why'd you bring them in? I think women have too many rights. But anyway, let's get on with it. Jamal Bowman's going to tell you the cause of cancer, obesity, and diabetes. Check this out.
I mean, where are you on?
You can't be calm about this. I'm a black man in America. The reason why heart disease.
I'm white. I can't comment.
Listen to what I'm saying. The reason why heart disease and cancer and obesity and diabetes are bigger in the black community is because of the stress we carry from having to deal with being called the N-word directly or indirectly every day. If your colleagues would listen and try to learn and engage and grow and stop being so hateful, we could have a better country.
We could have a better country. You know what? I think we could have a better country, especially for black Americans, if they'd stop trying to lecture us on how to not be racist and just try to get on our level. Ooh, that is a spicy opinion, but that's what I really believe, guys. Just get on our level and stop complaining about racism and slavery.
But unfortunately, we're still here.
Jamal, it's coming from one side.
Jamal, I feel your passion, and I understand where you're coming from, sincerely. I really, really do.
No, you can't.
It happens on both sides, Jamal. You might think it happens more on your side. Jamal, when I leave the show, Jamal, you should see my Twitter feed.
And they're acquitted. Rodney King.
Bro, why did you bring Rodney King into this? That's like 34 years ago. Come on, man. You can't get over Rodney King? He wasn't a saint. I mean, what is it with Democrats where they want to make these turn like literally scumbags that got beat up by the cops or died by the cops? They want to turn them into like these saints. George Floyd was a piece of crap. Nobody can vouch for the character of George Floyd. But that he doesn't need character. All he needs is a sick image of him, dying on the streets there. Some would say of a fentanyl overdose. Some would say because of that Derek Chauvin guy. Let's see what Don Lemon thinks about white people. You know, that'll be good because he's married to a white guy. So, of course, he's going to say good things about white people because if he was married to a guy and having sexual intercourse with a white guy, that wouldn't make any sense coming from a gay black dude like him. Listen to this.
Wake up, white men. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Whoa.
But you're too dumb to even realize that because you're lazy and sitting in front of a computer or a phone and you're just eating it up. Oh, my God. Look at what they're doing. All of a sudden, my heritage is going to be over. That I want to live in a country where their white kids go to white schools and white people marry each other. What is wrong with that? I want to grow up in the country that my great-grandfather grew up in. That country doesn't exist anymore, asshole.
Hold up. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Now we have black men, gay black men marrying white men. You think that's better than white women marrying white men? Whatever. I don't know. I mean, I guess it seems to be working out for you. I don't know how the hell he puts up with Don Lemon. Just pretend you're a gay dude, but you have Don Lemon you're married to. You have to put up with that guy. He's not exactly easy on the eyes. I mean, maybe some would say he's decent looking. I don't know. I think his husband can do better. I don't even know anything about his husband. I think Don Lemon's husband needs to dump him and get another dude. Don Lemon sucks. Literally. Don Lemon is no Martin Luther King. Now, that's a brother I could get excited about. Martin Luther King, when he said in his famous speech, I have a dream, I have a dream. I have a dream. He said he had a dream that black people would stop complaining about racism all the time. Wasn't that how it went, Lateefah Simon? I could be wrong, but I remember him saying something like that.
I want to be clear that 4 out of the 5 of you last year posted on your social media the words of Dr. King. And there are so few folks who actually have studied, who are clear on the theology of freedom of King. Very few of you have read and studied and have sat in Ebenezer Baptist Church. So I would ask you, you keep Dr. King's name out of your mouth.
Why? Because you say so? Who the heck are you? Because you went to his church and you studied the freedom theology, whatever the heck that means? I'm starting to think the reason that people don't like you, Lateefah Simon, and Don Lemon, and Jamal Bowman, and Ayanna Pressley has nothing to do with your skin color, but because you are super annoying. It's crazy.
If you, like me and the many scholars who will be watching, studied King, you know that he and the mothers and the fathers of the civil rights movement and of the movement for emancipation not only would be struck by the conversations in this room, but would be shattered by the consequence of lies.
Okay. You know what? We need to live in a country where we do not ask her what her opinion is. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. The problem with America is we're asking too many people, hey, what do you think we should do? We need less people voting. Less than ever. If you're Lateefah Simon, don't vote. If you're Don Lemon, don't vote. You have psychological issues you need to work out. You're super annoying. You're super condescending. That's not persuasive. Stop bitching about the problem and try to fix it by being a little bit more likable, a little bit more graceful, a little bit more empathetic, instead of pointing fingers and being self-righteous. But this is very foreign to Democrats. Let's let Lateefah Simon finish up. I want to watch Queen Latifah, not Lateefah Simon.
Of hatred, of abuse of this administration in the name of folks who worked to make this country more free. Children of Abraham, for real.
I have a dream.
I want to be clear for the young people that are listening today here in this audience. This conversation is not about an acronym. It's just not.
You shouldn't be talking to young people. Look at those crazy eyes. Now, I was going to make fun of her eyes, but I found out she's legally blind, so I'm not allowed to make fun of her eyes. Can I make fun of her glasses at least? Can I do that? Oh, no, that's not allowed either because the lenses are thick. Well, I don't know. The eyes kind of weird me out. And my theory with a lot of Democrats is if you just look at him, it's kind of nature is trying to tell you, do not agree with this person. Something is wrong. Something is off. But they don't really get that. They're better than us. They're Democrats. They're so smart. Let's look at Bryan Cranston, where he's going to say that, you know what, America has never been great ever for any black person. Listen to this.
Make America great again.
Let's go.
My comment is, do you
do you accept that that could possibly be construed as a racist remark?
No.
And most people, a lot of people go, how could that be racist? Make America great again? I said, so just ask yourself from an African-American experience, when was it ever great in America for the African-American?
Shut up.
When was it great? So if you're making it great again, it's not including them.
Oh my God.
What an idiot. He looks like he'd be a smart guy. Then he starts talking. You're like, well, you're a complete idiot. You think that's like a clever statement? Well, guys, because America wasn't great for every single black person at a point in human history, it wasn't great for anybody. When have black people ever been great? When has anybody ever been great? This is just a ridiculous standard. But the point stands where Bryan Cranston thinks he's better than you. He's better than you. Hey, Bryan Cranston, we had a black president, a gay president, Barack Hussein Obama, married to Big Mike, the first dude. We had that. That wasn't a great time for black people. You got LeBron James, Oprah Winfrey, or billionaires, Steph Curry. You have black people all over the place, running the culture, running the country, running the free world, running the billionaire status, and it's still not great. Yeah, there were still racist people. It's like, gosh damn, well, what do they have to have? Does every single black person need to be president of the United States? Is this the standard? It's insane. It's stupid. It's not to be taken seriously. Here is Don Lemon to close it out, guys. I wanted to close it out on a high note because he is saying ridiculous things, but if you listen to what he's saying, and I don't mean to put this in your minds, but it's there, and it's my job to kind of show you it's there. He is littering this entire clip with gay innuendo. Let me know how many of them you spot, because they're all over the place, and it's not because I'm homophobic. I can just spot it. It's all over the place. It's crazy. Listen to this.
Men who look like you, men who vote like you, and men who sound like you. White men, something is broken. Something is cracked deep inside when so many of you believe the answer to fear, to loss, to change is violence. Are you listening to me? I hope I'm saying it loud enough for the people in the back.
We hear you just fine. The volume's never been the problem with Democrats. You're making an argument that white people are so bad. Meanwhile, you're married to a white guy. So if white people are so bad, why are you married to one? Well, my white guy is a good white guy. Okay, so why do you assume all the other white guys are bad guys? Doesn't that seem kind of proud and ridiculous? If you're married to a white guy and you obviously don't think he's so bad, you're doing sodomy with him.
Oh my God.
Why don't you just focus on the bad guys and take the race out of it? Oh, no, I can't do that. That's my hustle. The only reason I'm relevant is because of the color of my skin. Don Lemon is a nobody if he's a white guy. He has nothing. What the heck does he bring to the table? He's an idiot. The only interesting thing about him is that he's black and he's gay and he's married to a dude, a white dude. That was the goal of what he was trying to say here. Here's the edited version of what his message really was. Look at how sick it is.
White men, something is broken. Something is cracked. Deep inside is violence for the people in the back.
Oh my God.
See what I'm saying? It's one big gay joke on us. But that's kind of what Democrats are. Democrats are a meme. Democrats are not to be taken seriously. They should never be allowed to hold power. I'm saying it right now. It's time to cancel the elections in 2028. There's absolutely no point. We cannot let Democrats steal another election and force us to let these idiots rule us. Tell me in the comments what you guys think. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
Deep inside is violence for the people in the back.